2002 and another new coach for the Springboks. 2001 had seen South Africa win only 4 of their 11 matches, and those included fixtures against Italy and the United States. And so Harry Viljoen was no more, and in his place was former Sharks coach Rudy Strowley. First up for Strowley were the Welsh in Bloemfontein.
Yes, Marius superb.
The 2-0 series win against Wales was followed by an emphatic performance against Argentina, with Corner Cria installed as Strowley's skipper. Strowley had impressed all in South African rugby, taking the Sharks to the Super 12 final in 2001. But becoming the Springboks' 5th coach in as many years said much about the instability of South African rugby at the time. Nevertheless, he was expected to hit the ground running as they took on the All Blacks for the first time in Wellington's Westpac Stadium for the first match of the 2002 Tri Nations.
And James Dalton has it under control, and it's there for Conradi.
Great work, Springboks. Stolen.
Now for Neerkirk. Conradi again for Pretorius. He's always likely to have a go, and they just hang on. It was Somerville who had to make the tackle. Now Krief, and Krief gets through, and he's gone right past them all. And Werner Krief has scored a brilliant individual try. Now Marshall sends it off to Scott. He's got support too from McCall, who's got back to his feet. Robertson goes again. Marshall gets it off to Mertens, inside to Mark Robinson.
Offside again.
Marshall to Mertens. Cullen is in. Here's a chance, and Dan Hammonds gets the All Blacks' first try of the Tri Nations.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's down the middle.
Good take by Jack. And the All Blacks get him behind now. Marshall. And through goes Robertson. And that is a well-deserved try for Scott Robertson.
41-20, the final score. A disappointing start for Strowley, but he wasn't about to panic as he was charged with the task of building essentially for the 2003 World Cup. Above all, Strowley believed in hard work and lots of it.
We're a very tight team and we're a very happy team, and those small little changes aren't, the end of the world for us. We, the guys that are in can do the job. We've shown that before, and we've got a massive job to do out there this weekend, and we're feeling very positive.
Next up were the Wallabies. All the pre-match talk was of the controversy surrounding Australian winger Ben Tune, who'd been prescribed a banned substance for an injury. Cria hoped this would have an unsettling effect.
Well, I think more of an effect on them. I think, unnecessary pressure the week before a big test match. And, they'll be feeling it, and I think Ben Tune will be feeling it, and he's definitely going to get a few chips from us in the game. But from our side, I think there's more a bit of a feeling that we feel sorry for the guys in South Africa that were tested positive in the past, and especially a guy like Kobus Visagie who was tested positive, and then 8 months later, after really fighting for his life in a sense, fighting for rugby, to come back into rugby, he proved his innocence. And I don't know, it just feels to me as if there's no justice in the system, and that's the guys feel a little bit sorry about that.
And so to the Gabba, a ground where Australia had still to win in 5 attempts. Could the Springboks extend that run?
So Larkham working in close. Nice variation for Gregan. This is Tune. And he's there. What a brilliant move from the Wallaby backs. Goal line line ahead here for Gregan.
Advantage.
Here's Latham. There it is, number 3. Simple overlap. Chris Latham in his hometown is on fire.
They haven't been able to take their opportunities, the Springboks. Bad passing, and I think it's awareness of this aggressive defence of the Wallabies that's distracting them.
Well, there's another overlap here. Here they go. This is Joubert. Full back to beat. Off he goes. Brilliant work by Joubert. He's outspent them. Classic try by the young centre. Badly needed by the Springboks.
Get on with the game.
So, Kepu wrapped up. Here's a chance for South Africa. Skinstad pounced. Labuskotny now. Australia back on their heels. Conradi. Van Niekerk. Sharp going in for the tackle. Dalton out wide. He was a decoy. Here's a chance. Joubert. And another one for South Africa. The only query is, did he get it down?
He clearly grounded it and he wasn't in touch. Thank you, Steve.
Dalton is there, so is Conradi. Skinstad, space here to Blanche. Almost through. Pretorius away now to Barry. The chase is on, and look at Paulser. He could win it. Tune there first. He went without it. Paulser. Skinstad. What composure from the box. South Africa right back in the game.
Great contest for the ball again by the box.
Here they go. This is their chance, and this is the quick man, Joubert. And now Russell. He is electric. Oh, just ankle tap, but he'll still get there. Brett Russell, this dynamic youngster, has scored an incredible try. He jumped out of the ground. The Wallabies are all on the left here. South Africa a little skinny. Latham, and there it is. Chris Latham gets his second try.
A thrilling match, but defeat for the Springboks. Following the 2 defeats on the road, it was back to familiar territory for the remaining games. First up would be the All Blacks in Durban. South Africa had won the last fixture between these two teams in the ABSA Stadium in 2000 and were confident that they would do so again, particularly as the All Blacks had come off a draining defeat in Sydney the week before.
We do want to win well because we have to get those 5 points. Winning is, if we can win by a few points, we'll have to go by that way. So, but I mean, we are approaching this game as a must-win game.
And there was the customary welcome awaiting the All Blacks.
And James Dalton's done well. He read that perfectly. De Kock. A little bit of space. And here comes Dean Hall. Down he goes. Throw the clear from the inside. He thought about the clear for the beautiful pickup. De Kock is going to get his first test try. Now Robertson, he's dangerous in those situations. And of course Marshall has also over the years been a really dangerous man. But just look at this. Mertens now the inside. Umaga, is he going to make McDonald for the corner? Excellent effort that onto AJ Fenter.
Knock on, playing advantage to Green. It was knocked on.
Referee playing advantage and doing it well. This is Pretorius. Now Mertens it is who's defending there. Was there a push and a shot? The referee has given the try.
The match suffered an unwelcome interruption when referee David McHugh was wrestled to the ground by a Springbok supporter. Fortunately, order was soon restored by both players and security staff, and New Zealand regained their shape to record a vital victory.
Hold him off is the key. Take the ball away, even more important, but now they've got some numbers. Here comes Major. Aaron Major slapped through, and he's going to score between the uprights.
A day to forget all round for South African rugby. South Africa would still have a major say in the destination of the Tri Nations, however, with Australia still to visit Ellis Park needing a win to regain their trophy. There was all to play for, and the Boks weren't about to hand it to them on a plate. The game was given extra spice when Wallaby coach Eddie Jones criticised South Africa's physical approach to the game.
You know, it's just surprising that Eddie makes those comments. I mean, you know, he's barely just got a 50% win record as a coach. And then the fact that the Wallabies play a very expensive, very creative game out at the back doesn't really give forwards an opportunity to dominate up front. Maybe it's their way of running away from Springbok domination up front.
And so a fired-up Springbok team ran out onto the Ellis Park pitch, determined to salvage something from a disappointing campaign.
De Kock, Russell, Joubert, swirls away from Larkham, not Finnegan though.
He's fine.
Well, South Africa decide to go piling through the middle, worked up by, now here goes Brayton Pulsar, he needed that. He hasn't scored in 12 test matches. Well taken by Skinstad. Here they go again. Now the Australians aren't there in numbers. They could really get some momentum going as Labuskaghni works up towards the 22. De Kock, Russell, Barry, Joubert, Russell. Sydney is away. Russell is away. Russell will put South Africa in the lead. De Kock, now there was an opening there. This is Lawrence Sapaka, bumps the men off. Smith eventually brings him to ground. De Kock, Russell, Labuskaghni, desperate defence by the Wallabies. Can De Kock get it if they go right now? If De Kock gets, must be a try. Brayton Pulsar second. What a start for South Africa. Here's the gymnastics. If they go wide and straight here, Dean Hall, Skinstad needs to go straight. Get his hands through beautifully. John van Niekerk, watch this for a sprint. The whole of Joburg will go mad about that. Here goes Kefu. Well tackled by Scholes. Gregan, Larkham, Herbert. This is Matt Rogers, he's very dangerous. Whoa, he gets the ball down. Matt Rogers so often comes onto the field and gets a try.
Keep the tackles down.
Frantic stuff.
Still playing advantage.
Gregan, wide for Kefu, and Kefu gets the try. One would say good advantage to Australia there by Paddy O'Brien. Ollie LaRue with the throw, Skinstad couldn't get, this is George Smith in space. George Smith, has he the pace to go all the way? Pulsar gets back, stays on his feet. Now that looks like it's Brendan Cannon who's got in for the try. It is, look how excited Gregan is. It's Cannon who got the try for the Wallabies, and this game has turned around completely. Conradi, Russell, wide for Skinstad. Van Niekerk is there. Skinstad, well tackled there by, amongst others, Gregan. Another ball for South Africa. Oh, Werner Greef! Look at this! Greef!
Miraculous from Werner Greef. Glory to the Springboks as everybody's out of their seats here at Ellis Park.
Greef needs to just keep his cool. He's struck them pretty smoothly. Keep your cool, keep your head down. Follow through, remember everything you've been taught. But look at the Wallabies charging up. He's kicked it dead centre. And the Springboks celebrate.
And so something to smile about at last for the Springbok fans.